Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I want to share with you the Smart Document Topical Revision template. I've been using this template for quite a while in my subject and it serves me well. And I thought maybe you might be interested in knowing whether it can work in your subject or not. So I went ahead, I prepared a general document whereby all you need to do in your subject, be it mathematics, chemistry, or biology, you just plug in your topic and the answers. Let me go straight to the document in order to explain how it is used. Now, before I go there, the main reason why I prepared this document is as a result of seeing the kind of trouble students have when they are trying to access topical questions, especially my candidates. And even after solving those questions, the kind of trouble they go to get the solution to the questions. So I thought, why don't I put the questions together and the solutions together? Of course, not giving the solutions to the questions first to the students first time. I give them an opportunity to try out the question, and then after that, they can check the answers all by themselves, even if the teacher is not there. The document can be used at home. You can be able to send this document to your students when they are at home. You can use it in a real classroom situation where you're using it in conjunction with a data projector so that as you discuss the questions and the solutions, everything is displayed very well on a screen for them. So let me go straight to this document so that I can explain to you how it is used. Now, when you get this document, first of all, you will use Microsoft Word to open it. Every computer has got Office, and one of the suites we have over there is Microsoft Word. So use Microsoft Word to open it. You'll go to the tab named View, and on that tab, you will click on the group of tab named Show. You will go to Navigation pane. Have it checked. Like you can see, mine is checked, and that is where you can see this navigation here. If I uncheck it, it disappears, and now my whole page fills up my whole screen like that. So I want it checked because I want to show you how you can use that navigation. The importance of navigation cannot be overemphasized. For instance, this document has got over 900 pages. You can see here at the bottom, 910 pages. Those are very many pages for me to try and search for something by scrolling. So navigation is important. Even in PDFs, elsewhere, I've shown you how you can check whether a document that you have in PDF has a navigation or not. For Microsoft Word documents, for you to check whether they've got navigations or not, usually go to View and then click on Navigation just to check whether that document has a navigation or not. Many people out there prepare huge documents, but they forget to put a navigation. If they don't put a navigation, it becomes sort of very difficult to read, unless you're interested in reading from page to page without skipping to the various areas of your interest. So navigation helps you to go where you want to go. It's like the chapters in a textbook. A textbook without chapters becomes very difficult to read. So let me go here, and my navigation is already shown here, and I'll go to the very first page up there, and you can see this is the page where I'm asked to choose the subject. First of all, because this template I've not entered anything into it, I'd like it to remain like that so that the one I will send you is exactly like that. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have any subject content entered into it. They're just empty spaces for you to be able to plug in your questions and your answers. I've put everything, including the links and the navigation. Everything is done for you. All you need to do is enter the question and enter the answer. Enter the question and enter the answer. It becomes so easy. And it works for all the topics from Form 1 to Form 4 for 4 subjects: maths, physics, chemistry, and biology. So let me go over there and choose the subject. First of all, I'm going to save this file differently so that I don't tamper with it. Remember, this is what I will send over to you. So I want to make a copy of it. So I'll go to File, Save As. It gives me the current name, and I'm going to add something at the end there. So I put an underscore and I say teacher video. Teacher video, and I save it like that. And you can see the title of this document has changed. Smart Topical Revision Template Teacher Video. The original document still exists, and this is something that you should be able to adapt in your own area. For instance, when I send you a fresh document, when you're updating it, because you don't know at what point you might make a mistake and you might want to revert to the original document that doesn't have anything entered into it, the best thing for you to do is as soon as you get it, you save a new copy of that document under a new name, and then you start working on the new document. The original document will still be there. Just in case you make any mistake, you've got somewhere where you can always get it. All right, let's go ahead now and try to update it. So I'll go to the first page over here, the one with an arrow pointing upwards. You click on it, it will go to the first page. And when you look at the bottom here, you are on page 1 of 910 pages. And you'll go here and choose your subject. Where it is written, choose an item. Choose your subject, and you can choose your subject appropriately. I'm going to choose physics because that is the subject which I'm teaching, and I want to update this document with physics content. So everything here will be about physics. All the Form 1 topics, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4 will be about physics. Don't mix the subjects. If you want to prepare for chemistry, the same way. Biology, the same way. Mathematics, the same way. Just a click over there and the title, the subject, becomes the title of that particular document. So let's go back to physics so that I can be able to show you how you go about it. As soon as you have that, you'll go to how to use this smart document. And on the second page, I have this information which is addressed to the student. I've already written for you on how the students are going to use this. I have captured the difficulties which they have when they are trying to access topical questions, examination questions which are arranged in form of topics, and the difficulties they get when they are trying to search for the answer. And I've instructed them that the teacher has already done this for them. All they need to do is follow the instructions. And I've also stated what they need to have for them to use this document appropriately. I am going to emphasize that they use a large screen, which is a computer or a laptop, because I would like them to use this document in its digital form rather than the print form. Why? The navigation. The speed with which they access the answer is fantastic over here. It's just within a click and then you get an answer. But when you print this document for them, they'll have so much trouble, perusing the pages and looking for the answers wherever they are. I've also stated that they need to acquire the general stationery, the notebook, pens, pencil, 30 centimeter transparent ruler, soft eraser, graph paper, and a file. These are basic stationery which they must have, because this document is not supposed to be read as if you are reading some books or some documents for leisure purposes. It is for study, and I need them to practice with the concepts which I've outlined in the various topics. That's why all this instruction is there. And then, of course, how to go about using it, it's written there. I have emphasized something here, that it's not just a matter of looking at the question and then looking at the answer. That one will not help them. I need them to look at the question and then work the problem out in their notebook. Actually write down information in their notebook. And then after that, click that link which is labeled answer. And then they can go to the answer, confirm, and then go back to the question to and fro until they get what you as the teacher intended that they get. Remember, they are doing all this in your absence. There are many times when the teacher is not with the students. One of these is during school holidays. Another one is unforeseen circumstances may prevent us from coming into contact with the students, and you need to have them work on some documents all by themselves. You could even be away from school and you have a teaching assistant or another teacher standing in for you. All you need to do is just avail this in the school laptop. They can use a data projector to display this file on a screen for every student, and they are able, one of the students can lead the others into navigations of the document. Another way of using the document is by putting it in the computer lab. If your school has got a computer lab and you have a situation whereby students can be able to access these computers, or they can be able to use these computers, have the file in each one of the computers so that when the students are there, they are able to work all by themselves. These are different ways in which students can be able to use this document once you have prepared it and you have allowed them to. So there are instructions for the student. I think I should have added some instructions for the teachers, especially when you want to use it in real time, but there is no need of putting it here because that one is meant for you as a teacher, and I've already explained to you how you are supposed to use it. So I will straight away go to Form 1, and you can see as soon as I click there, now I'm on page 3, Form 1 appears here. Of course, in the whole video, I don't intend to go from page to page until I go all the way to the end. I'm just explaining the beginning. So this is meant to be a short video. It's not supposed to be a very long video, but I would prefer if you play the video all the way up to the end, because at the end, I'm going to show you how you're going to access this document. All right, Form 1. When I click on this arrow here, that heading is going to expand to reveal other headings which are nested in it. So in a particular form, I've got topics, and in physics we've got about 10 topics. So in each topic, if again I click over there, I can see the questions which are nested in that particular topic. So there are 10 of them, and remember, these are examination questions. Like for example, question 1 maybe on a topic which you call Introduction to Physics. Question 2 is a question in the same topic, but it appeared in a different year. Maybe let us say this question here appeared in 2010, this one appeared in 2011, this one appeared in 2013, all the way up to about 2020, the question which came for in the examination in 2020 in the same topic. That's why they are called topical questions. They are questions in the same topic, but they have come in different years. That is the way we use these documents with our students. So the moment I click question 1 here, it prompts me now to write down the question there, to type the question. Now this is Introduction to Physics. Normally in physics, not many questions come in topic 1. Actually, questions start from topic 2, but I've included it there just in case there is 1 or 2 questions which have come before, and students need to practice on that so that they can also know that questions can come from this topic. So let me go to topic number 2, and you can see within a click, the topic is displayed there. The cursor is already blinking, asking me what is what is all this topic about. So I will write down the topic, which is measurement part 1, or measurement 1, something like that. Then as a teacher, I can write the main ideas which are being tested here. For example, one of the things which I'd like the students to be able to understand is use of a measuring cylinder. Measuring cylinder. There. So, there is always a question on how a measuring cylinder is used. So I'd like the students to be able to understand that concept of how to use the measuring cylinder in physics to determine volume of liquids, to determine volume of irregularly shaped solids. The other concept is how to read the scale. Over here, use of a measuring cylinder. Okay, I can use this tab here in order to show that while I'm still on the measuring cylinder, one of them is how to read the scale. That is one of them. How to get volume of displaced water. How do you get that? Those are the concepts. And another concept, while I'm still on use of measuring cylinder, is to find lowest point of the meniscus. Over there, I'm writing them here so that they can know these are the things that I'm going to talk about when they look at that particular topic and when the concept is use of measuring cylinder. Another major concept, now if I press enter, I want now to move away from the measuring cylinder and use this black dot there. I'll just come here and use that decrease, that arrow there pointing to the left, and you can see now here I can talk about the issue of density and so forth. So I can take this page to list the main concepts which I know they are important in that particular topic before I go to the question. Notice that I'm writing on the page where I have the title for the topic. So every topic has got that space. Topic 3, you update that. Topic 4, you do the same. Topic 5, you do the same. And all this is in Form 1. If you go to Form 2, the same thing. So let me go to that Topic 2, where I've already updated that. Now I want to look at the first question in that topic, Measurement 1. And it involves use of the measuring cylinder. Now, where do I get these questions from? I get them from past papers, KCSE past papers. You might be lucky enough to have a PDF versions of those past papers. Maybe somebody has scanned the same and sent them over to you. So elsewhere in a different video, I already talked about the need to scan documents as PDFs correctly so that you are able to copy and paste text. So I don't wish to go through that. If you really want to know what we talked about, you can check on that video up there and you'll be able to see the difficulties which teachers have sometimes when they want to copy and paste text from a PDF. You try to copy text from certain PDFs, you find that it is not possible. It is because of the way they were scanned, and I've talked about it up there. So when you get these PDFs, always try to check them out to see how useful they are. If you can't be able to copy the text, then you will be forced to type it afresh. Just read from the question and type. The document which I'm using here, they have been scanned properly. I've scanned those question papers properly, and therefore when it comes to copying and pasting the text, I will not have a problem. And let me go straight to that process where I want to copy that text over here. So I have this document here, and this is the question that I want to put in that particular space to be question 1. So what I will do, I'll come over here, put my cursor there, and you can see that my PDFs, it's possible to copy the text. I'll just click there, hold, and drag. Once it is selected, I press Ctrl C. I've copied it, and I go back to my document over here, and I'm going to paste it as plain text. Again, I've emphasized the need of always pasting your text as plain text in a new document, because you do not want to bring the formatting of the previous document into the new document. So that is what I do. And I've got a lot of freedom here. For example, I can put my cursor here. If I press delete, that sentence goes up there. I can read to ensure that everything reads correctly. The water level rises to B. There is this X that I had used. And by the way, when you see the X's in my document, it means there you can type something which you want. Okay, so that is what that X means. So that is the first sentence. So I press enter, I go into the next space, and into that space I want to write the rest of the information here, including the year when that paper appeared. Notice that I have avoided doing the same with this diagram, because that is not how you copy and paste diagrams from PDFs. I'm going to show you in a moment how you do it, and it comes out in a very clean manner. So here, I first of all want to copy and paste the text first, so that I can come to the diagram later on. So I'm going to put the 3 marks there, and the year when that paper appeared. I'm going to send it all the way to the right, align to the right over there, and make some corrections. I think this one was number, what are you talking about, number 11 or number 1? Not so sure. So I put my bracket there. You can change the font. Not so sure whether this one is 1 or I can even add, certain information in order for it to look neat, something like that. When it comes to the marks, I put them all the way up to the end. I can make it bold. Just select and go there, make it bold. Already everything is in bold here. I might not want to do that for all these information here. I just want to make certain parts to be bold, like that one there, the marks to be bold. Now, in between this sentence and this sentence, there is a diagram. So I put my cursor there, press enter, it pushes everything down, and you can see the spaces I've given in this document actually can expand. So you can write as much as possible. Even if a question takes more than 1 page and it goes to the next page, it pushes the other question over to the next page, because every question occupies a page all by itself. If it occupies 2 pages, the next question will not start on that page. It will go to the 3rd page. So it will have page 1 and page 2 all by itself. Even if when it went to page 2, it only took 1 sentence at the top there, it will occupy the whole page. I've designed it that way in order to make the student really concentrate on that particular question at one time, and there is no distraction. All right, now I want to put that diagram here, and I want it to come to the center of this particular page. So one of the ways in which I can do that is, first of all, I go to that document. Once I have decided on the document that I want to insert there, I'm going to check how big it is, and it appears big enough for me. I can increase how big it is by looking at this. I can zoom in. You can see that makes it bigger. I can zoom in or zoom out. So actually, I think that one is big enough. Once I have it in the correct size, I go back to my document. There. I put the cursor where I want the diagram to go. Then I go to the tab written Insert. Then I'll go to the group of tabs written Illustrations. And then I'll go to Screenshot. Click on that arrow that points downwards like that. And I don't want to insert the whole page. I just want to insert a clipping of it. In other words, I'm going to cut it out, cut what I need. That is what I need to put inside there. So I will go to screen clipping. Remember, if I click on this, it will insert the whole page. I don't want that. I just want to cut out that diagram. So I go to screen clipping. I click on that. And when that page is revealed, it will turn grayish like that. And your cursor will turn into this plus sign there. So I'll bring that to one corner of the diagram over there. Now click, hold and drag. And once I have all of it covered, I will release. And you can see my diagram actually goes into that particular space. So I can edit this diagram the way I want. But one of the things I've seen is that it is just too big. Now this is what you do in order to reduce its size proportionately. These are the mistakes that teachers make. When they see something like this and they see that, oh, it's so tall, they grab hold of this and then push it up like that. And then everything now is distorted and they don't like how it looks like and they don't know what has happened. That is the wrong way of reducing the size of that figure. You don't use this side or this side, because if I were to use this side, see what happens. It becomes distorted. So the best way of doing it is going to the corners. That corner over there. It is the one that you're going to grab and drag. There. It reduces proportionately. And if you want to tell that your diagram has got the right size, usually look at numbers. If there are numbers there, if there are letters there, compare them with the letters which you have on the page. And once you see that they are comparable, then your figure has got the correct size. So there is one more thing. I've got to label that figure 1. So I do figure 1. And there you have the question. And that is how you can be able to transfer information from a PDF to this document. And teachers, we are always doing that. So that one is an important skill to understand how it is done. Now let's assume that you have a document. Somebody has sent you a document, but this document does not allow you to select text in order to copy and paste text. And that arises because it was scanned as a picture. Now, what do you do? This is what you would do. So I'm going to remove all this because I'm using this for demonstration purposes. So my cursor is there. It is aligned to the right because of the formatting which I did here. I want to align it to the left because that is where I want to start typing. But this time I want to insert that question as a picture over here. So again, I go back to my document, and this time I must ensure that everything is visible. Everything in that question is visible. So check everything appears on that page. Once I ensure that that is the case, I go back to my document, and you might have guessed, I want to put my cursor in the center because now it will come as a picture and I want that picture to come in the middle. So I will go to Insert, just like before, go to Screenshot, and then go to Screen Clipping. And this time, you've guessed it right, I want to clip everything from there all the way to the point here, and that's it. And I have my question. Comes in direct like that. So this is what you can do if the document you're having does not allow you to copy and paste the text. Now, once you have your questions now set, you want to go to the answer. You want the student, as soon as the student reads that, by the way, just next to the question, in order for the student to understand what it is that this question is talking about, you see when I click the question, there is a blinking cursor here. Don't erase this. Bring that cursor to the right over there. And then just tell the student what this question is all about. So I can put that colon there, and then I say use of measuring cylinder. And there we have it. So that when the student will be checking, if that student has got a bit of a problem with the questions where the use of the measuring cylinder is used, they are able to tell from the navigation that this question is about use of the measuring cylinder, this about density, this about the relative density, this about using the meter rule, this is about using, anything. It's a concept which you stated here. Remember these concepts which you stated here? They are the concepts which have been tested in the exam, and they are the concepts where you're directing the student to. If your student has got a problem with using of the measuring cylinder, you can put that question there. And the good thing is, after that question, for example, after that question, I can put my cursor there, click enter. There is some space there. Now I want to start typing some information here. I can add now some information about this particular question. I can say what the examiner is testing over here. First of all, is testing. Do you know the value of one small division on that analog scale? Do you know that is what you must always do? Do you know that each division is not always 0.1 over centimeters cubed? It can be something else. Now, do you know that that curve, the surface of the water is supposed to be curved downwards for water and most liquids other than mercury, where it curves upwards? So you can put that information here. Although we use the lowest point of the meniscus for mercury, for water and other liquids, for mercury it is the topmost part of the meniscus. So you can add some more information about the measuring cylinder here. You can even set your own question over there. But the answer you're going to click over here will be the answer for the examination question. On that page where you're going to write the answer for the examination question, you can add the answer for your new question. Because you might want to say, okay, next time the examiner is going to twist this question this way and that way, if it has not already been done. For example, the examiner may start with a question like this with the solid already in, and then in the next diagram the solid has been removed, and then you are told the solid has got a certain volume. Then the student are asked, show the new level of the water in the measuring cylinder. You see, these are questions which you might want to test, to set, in order to test whether your students have understood that particular concept. Where do you write them down? You write them down here. Don't write them anywhere else, because if you do, you're going to mess up this diagram, this document, and it will not serve the student the way I meant it to. Right. Now that we don't have anything else to answer, to set, I will go there. And please note how this information comes in here. It is so well designed. The diagrams fit all the way to the corners like that. I've really taken time to prepare this template. So ensure that you use it exactly that way. Don't go deleting any of the links that I've put here. For example, this student will be expected to click on this in order to get the answer to this question. So let's click and see where it takes us. This document is a Word document. So the instructions for opening that link is Control and then you click, you control and you click. But when you will be sending this document over to your student, it will not be a Word document. The reason why you want to avoid making it into a Word document is because you don't want the students changing the questions there. You don't want the students changing anything, because they can change a question in order to fit what they know. You don't want that one to happen. So you want to prevent them from changing anything. So in the end, we are going to save this one as a PDF. The whole document will be a PDF, and you have totally prevented the students from making any changes. I will show you towards the end how you do that. So let's see where that answer is written. And I can see here it is on page 471. I don't need to scroll to go to 471. I just need to go to where it is highlighted over here. Click on that arrow. Then I can see it is topic 2 solutions. Remember, the question was topic 2, and that was the question. The question was question number 1. Let's see whether the solution is answer to question 1. You see that? That is where we are right now. Answer to question 1. So this is where you will backspace and write your answer over there. Again, there are several ways of doing this. I will start with the simplest that I've seen teachers might want to use. Most of the time, you have worked out that question on a foolscap. You have worked out that question in your own personal notebook. You have worked out that question on a given past paper and even shown how the marks are awarded. You might not want to do anything to that. All you want to do is to transfer what you have in the past paper, in that mark scheme, from that paper to your computer, and then you transfer it to that document. That's what is very easy for most teachers to do. But if you wanted a much neater document, you will try to do it a different way. So I'm going to start with that very simple method. So let's assume I have worked out this question somewhere before. And let me try to locate it in my computer. So what I did is, as soon as I worked it out on a whiteboard, I took a picture of that. And that is what I want to bring over here. So again, you will go to Insert. This time, you will go to Insert Picture. So you click on that, and then your computer takes you to that folder where you put most of your pictures. I used a webcam, so I'm going to my camera roll over there. Let me try to look for it. Now, even if I don't get the exact picture, I can insert the picture of any whiteboard, anything that I've written on the whiteboard before, provided you get the concept. That you get your mobile phone, you take a picture of that page, then you use the cable connected to the mobile phone, you connect it to your computer, then you use your computer to open the picture folder in your mobile phone, and then now you copy that into your picture folder in your computer. It's just as simple as that. But if you have your webcam, external webcam, connected to your computer, you just need to put the paper here. For example, I already have my webcam pointing on my whiteboard here, so that anything I write, within a click there, it takes the picture of that, takes it to my computer, and I can be able to use that picture the way I want. So it depends on what you're using. If you're using your mobile phone, then take a neat picture of that. And by the way, when you're taking a neat picture, ensure that the picture is well lit, so that there is maximum light going into the lens of the camera. Position your mobile phone well, so that as soon as you take the picture, you ensure that it is sharp enough and you have that picture in your computer. So let me go straight to one of the pictures that I've taken before, and that is the picture that I've taken before. And you can see it can serve to show how the student ought to have gone about this particular question. If I want, I can crop the picture. I can just click on it and you can see this crop tool over here. Once I click on it, the corners change and they reveal all this that I can be able to slide inwards like that, and you can see what happens. And of course, that picture was left aligned, so I'm going to put it at the center. If I click on that cropping tool again, you find that now it comes in as neat as that. When I click on that, I can be able to make it a little bit larger. And there you have as the answer. Now, when you're preparing the answer to that particular question, there are two things that will be open on your navigation. You know where to write down the answer, and you know where the question came from. So you're able to toggle between, to move between the question and the answer, the question and the answer, like that, in order to fine-tune it. For example, when you go back to the question, and probably you had written another question here for the students to practice on the skill which was being tested here. You've written another question here. You can go back to the same answer and also put your cursor there, press enter, and there is a space for you to write down the question to the new, to write the answer to the new question that you have set. I hope you're getting the picture. In other words, organization is very important. And you only need to do this once in your teaching career as far as that concept is concerned. The reason why sometimes we end up finding our work confusing is because without proper organization, whereby you realize that year in, year out, you are repeating concepts which you already know. Of course, there is the advantage of repeating concepts, because as a teacher, that idea of repeating concepts helps you to understand the concept very, very well. You end up understanding the concept. Fine. But sometimes repeating it over and over again, towards the end, it becomes a little bit boring, because as a teacher, it is so easy for you. And that is sometimes the mistake experienced teachers make. They end up thinking because the concept is so easy for them, it is also easy for the student. And this one is not their mistake. It's because they find that simple stuff tends to bore them very easily. They get bored with the simple stuff very easily. So they tend to think, or they want to move to a situation whereby they want to have more complicated information. This is my advice. When you are still finding that information very interesting and you have the time to look at it from all angles, take time to record that. And you can record that in a document like this, so that each and every year when fresh students come into your class, they will find fresh content prepared when you were very fresh. And that is what I wanted to share with you as far as this Smart Document Topical Revision template is concerned. I've gone through how you update it. If you want to access this for a small donation to my channel, just as a token of appreciation for the kind of work that I've done for you, I will let you have this document in those subjects: mathematics, biology, chemistry, as well as my own subject, physics. But even if it is in my own subject, it won't have anything. It will be blank. I want to give you an opportunity to update it the way you want. So get in touch with me. My email is right there so that you can get this document, and hopefully it's going to serve you the way it serves me. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, and remember to stay safe.